Once upon a time in a far nutty land, there lived a village of special wooden creatures. These creatures are better known as Nutcrackers. The village, Nutterville's residents, were ruled over by King Almond. King Almond's castle resided just in the outskirts of Nutterville. For many years the king and his faithful subjects had lived in peace. That, however, was about to change.
Attention, loyal subjects of King Almond and the village of Nutterville. I'm glad to call you my Nutterville army, or simply my N.A.
Thank you,
General Macadamia.
Now, Sir Crackjaw, if you'll do the honors.
Gents, on a normal day, you may only have the honor of speaking to a few villagers. Or perhaps 2 villagers and me. Or 1 villager. 3 of your colleagues, myself, and General Macadamia. Or possibly, if you're lucky, 5 villagers. A traveling merchant, 2 colleagues, your general, me, and see someone in the royal family in passing. Then on rare occasions, 8 villagers.
Sir Crackjaw, get on with it. Don't make me regret letting you have this moment.
Of course. Forgive me, General. Gents, welcome your king and prince.
Long live the king!
You guys are awesome.
Gentlemen, you are the best army a king could wish for. You have been trained to keep the peace in my lands. You have the duties as both army and policing Nutterville. Thankfully, we have lived in peaceful times, making your jobs pretty simple. More of an insurance policy if needed. That day may be coming. I'm sure you all have heard whispers of a plot and a group rising up against our village, camping out near Stone Oak River. Sometimes rumors are based in truth, and it is that fact why we are moving from security level green to security level yellow.
Security level yellow!
Listen, security level yellow is nothing to be afraid of. It simply just means to be more alert and to be ready for anything if the moment calls for it. You're dismissed.
Sire, security level yellow?
Based off the information you received, I put us at security level yellow. What's wrong with that, General?
It's just that, with the information I gave you, I would expect security level orange.
Security level orange? General, no disrespect, but you don't think that may be a little extreme?
A little what? Sir Crackjaw, if you weren't the king's advisor and the prince's teacher, I would punch you in the mouth so hard your jaw would break and you would be rendered useless.
Now, both of you settle down.
General, the point I was getting at is the need for immediate action hasn't surfaced. The information you have received was given to you from a villager who heard it from 2 other villagers that heard it from another villager that assumed the cracker that told him was a soldier.
Yes, what's your point?
Point is, we don't know how accurate the information is. It's been passed down to the point there may be no accuracy to it.
And that's why we've only gone to the slightest alert. Understood, General?
Yes, I suppose that does make sense.
Good. Now walk with me.
As you wish, sir.
Prince Almond, you have been silent as a log today.
Yeah,
Did your first assembly with the NA go as you pictured it would?
not exactly. Crackjaw, how come the general seems so insistent on having a higher security level?
I don't know. Perhaps it's the general in him. It must be tough to be such a high-ranked soldier with no wars to prove your skills.
Oh, that makes sense.
Are you ready for your riding lessons today?
As you can see, King, I have mapped out weak points in the castle's infrastructure. I believe these need to be reinforced before we move on with other plans.
General, before we talk about your plans for higher security, please, I must know first, do you really believe we have a need for higher security, or is this just an excuse for improvements we may not need?
King, I believe there is a need for them. I have many years of examining data due to my military background. Plus, in my gut, the same gut that led and protected the people of Nutterville for all these years.
Cut the crap. You know as well as I that these lands have been peaceful for the better part of 1,000 years. Your job, as with many others, are substantially mediocre and have lived on merely because it's tradition.
With that said, King Almond, that is the very reason I believe that we are need to improve, to make sure anything that could happen will not.
Fair enough. But until we have pure evidence, my call to go to security level yellow stands.
Understandable. Does that mean you don't want to hear my plans?
Oh, no, it's fine, General. These seem to just be maintenance issues as well.
Who do they think we are? Security level yellow. As far as I know, we haven't ever left green. I bet it's worse than the king's letting on, to keep us from not being scared.
Nonsense! We're soldiers. We've been trained for these types of situations. If this was problematic, they would let us know.
Besides, it's probably just a drill.
I don't know. I don't fully trust the king. And Sir Crackjaw, he's not to be trusted either.
And why is that, soldier?
Sir Crackjaw, I, don't know what to say. It's just that...
At ease, soldier. Shouldn't you soldiers be patrolling your area and not being chatty walnuts?
Don't
On our way.
How come the soldiers listen to you? You were never in the military.
That may be true. However, anyone that has a place of power in our society can tell a soldier what to do.
Does that include me?
Oh, as I have told you in the past, you have more power over these lands than you know about, young prince. The only person that has more power than you is your father.
So you're telling me, if I didn't want to learn my lessons today, I could just tell you to stop teaching me?
Not exactly, because me teaching you your lessons is a direct order from your father. Pardon my utter disagreement, sir, but I do not think the boy is ready for the war game trials.
Sir Crackjaw, you have no idea what you're saying. If you had it your way, not only would you get rid of the Prince's combat trials, but you would disband the entire army.
Well, we haven't had a need for troops in any of our lifetimes.
And like we really need a scholar. What's the point of learning how to read and write, or that artsy crap you always shoving down our throats?
I'll pretend I didn't hear that.
Would you like me to repeat it louder?
No. I would like to see you attempt to make your argument in writing.
Oh, that's how you're going to play it, huh? Well, why don't we meet outside and duke it out? Oh, wait, you don't know how to fight.
Will you two shut up? You're like children. Part of me wonders why I need either of you.
Sir, you don't mean that.
Of course not. Since the beginning of us being carved to life, the king always needed two advisors, one tactical and one of scholarly proportions. General, I feel safe having you as my tactical advisor, because even though in all of our lifetimes we have lived in peace, you have kept up safety for us all. And Sir Crackjaw, you as my scholarly advisor has been great, opening up all our minds to more powerful thinking. I enjoy our long intellectual conversations.
At ease, soldier. What's so important that you had to barge into an important meeting?
Sorry, sir. Permission to speak to King Almond directly, sir.
What's the problem?
I was patrolling the halls with a few other soldiers when we heard a noise from the prince's room. We rushed in to find your son's window was broken and he's, missing.
Missing?
Hello, Prince.
Looks like you'll be staying with us a while.
Enjoy yourself now.
How could this happen?
I could tell you how, General Macadamia.
What?
You have been trying so hard to improve security around here. What better way than kidnapping the king's son?
Hold on just a minute. What about you, Sir Crackjaw?
What about me? I have nothing to gain from the prince being kidnapped.
Is that so? You don't want the boy to learn the tactical skills I have to offer, so you kidnapped him. And with that big nut in your head, you convinced the prince to say he decided to go on some sort of spiritual journey. Then I'm out of a job, because by that point we have gone to security level red, and lots of crackers have died for no reason in a war, cracker against cracker.
That is ludicrous.
Well, so is your story.
Gentlemen, silence! Until we figure out what's happened, I hate to say this, but Soldiers, lock both Sir Crackjaw and General Macadamia up in the brig.
What now, King?
I call in an old friend.
Hello? Yes. Are you positive? I'll be there as soon as possible.
I can't believe this. I'm a general. He can't treat me like this. What is he thinking? And putting me in the same cell with Sir Hackjob.
I heard that, General.
Yeah. Well, I meant it.
Look, General Macadamia, I hate to say it, but I don't think you kidnapped Prince Almond. If you had,
I would have tried to get my soldiers to set me loose. Just like if you were guilty, you would have done some of your psychological voodoo on the king to keep you out of being locked up down here.
exactly. That's why it may be in our best interest not to keep going at each other's throats in our current circumstance.
Agreed.
Who is this cracker that the king is meeting with?
His name is Hazel Redwood. From the stories I've heard from General Macadamia, he's a specialist.
Specialist? In what?
Not sure. Finding people, maybe.
Open up out there.
Yes, sir. Look, you go update the general on what's going on up here. Remember, Hazel Redwood.
And you say you don't have any enemies, King?
Hazel, the only person I know outside of the kingdom is you.
And can you trust me?
Yes, of course. That's why I called you in. Should I have not done that?
I'm sure it's a good judgment call. Just interesting you trust a cracker that comes from a different breed of tree and is made from a different manufacturer more than your two greatest advisors. The glass was broken out.
Well, they both had some compelling arguments against one another. Do you think one of them had anything to do with this?
Sir, we just received a tape that is entitled Ransom Video.
General, I have an update for you.
Eddie, soldiers, what's the update?
King Almond has called in special help. A cracker named Hazelweed Ruggerbug. Hazmat Redweed.
I can't believe he brought in an outsider.
Yeah. And Hazel Redwood at that.
Yes, Hazel Redwood. Well, that's his name. Boy, even after I was told to remember that name, I almost blew it. Well, wow, I feel...
Soldier, you're dismissed.
Hello, King.
My chestnuts!
You're probably surprised to see Mongongo, Filbert, and myself alive, aren't you, Your Highness?
King. A cracker doesn't die just because their head falls off. It can simply be reattached. Trust me, Fred Oak had troubles fixing himself, but once he did so, it was all safe gluing from there.
King, as you probably know, we have your son. Fred, tell him.
It's very simple. You drop off 2 million pieces of gold at our hideout, and you get your son back. Try anything funny, and well, let's be honest, we'll kill him.
I bet you're wondering where our hideout is. It's simple. It's the only hideout in the area that has been mentioned to you recently.
Stone Oak River!
We'll see you in a bit, King. Let's hope you realize the Droops and I are very serious when we say, you better be hasty with the money if you want to see your son again, complete in original manufactured condition.
Soldier, give me the General and Sir Crackjaw. Hazel Redwood, sorry I called you in, old friend. Looks like this issue seems to have worked itself out.
Facts don't all connect. He was in his room. There was a ruckus from inside the room, and when the guards on patrol checked, the prince was missing. The window had been broken from the inside, meaning whoever did it was in the room. The window! Here's the glass. If someone was hiding in the room and they pushed the prince out, he would then have to drag him away. No sign of a struggle. Interesting.
Did I tell you both how sorry I am that I locked you up in the brig?
It's okay, sir. I understand.
I'm just glad the perps came clean.
Here we are! Droops! Show yourselves!
Ah, Droops. Look, it's our precious king, and he brought Sir Crackpants and General Maxslapper.
Shut up and give us the prince, or else.
Not so fast. Give us the money, and you get the prince.
That was easy.
Indeed. Shut up, Mongongo.
Now give me my son!
Oh, wow. Droops, did we forget to mention the most important thing?
I think we did.
Forgot to mention what?
You guys got here too late.
That means my son is... dead.
Not exactly.
Son!
Hi, Father.
Will someone please explain what insane peanuts is going on here?
Gladly. You see, some of the facts didn't add up in what would have been the conclusion. The first red flag was the kidnapping. Prince Almond's window was broken from the inside, meaning someone would have to be in his room waiting, which even only at security level yellow, this place would be impossible to break into. The next issue is, even if someone got past the security and pushed the prince out of the window, this would have put a crack in his oak head and he would have knocked out, meaning he would have had to have been dragged. However, there are not any drag marks to this cave. The next valuable clue was in fact the video. The Droops were recently nothing more than 3 broken Nutcrackers, and I doubt that Fred Oak has the mental powers to glue himself back together. No offense, Fred.
None taken.
Then who kidnapped the prince?
He wasn't kidnapped, idiot. He left on his own doing. My only question is why? Why did you set this up, Prince Almond?
Yes, son, I would like to know.
Power.
Power?
Yes, I wanted power. Sir Crackjaw had mentioned to me that kings have all the power, that who they boss around would be limitless. The only cracker that can't be overruled with a decision.
So you were going to use the Droops to build an army to go up against your father?
What? No way. I reassembled the Droops to be the patsy and also to have these crackers for my kingdom. I just wanted the gold to build my own kingdom, to be king.
You didn't have to do that, son. One day, this kingdom will be yours when I have cracked my last nut.
Really? Am I in trouble?
Of course not. Well, Hazel, I'm so thankful for you cracking this case. You should move to Nutterville. It's a good village.
Oh, I know it is, King. However, I do not believe that this is my final journey. There are many more places to be discovered that yet await me.